The moral decline, the spiritual bankruptcy, and the degradation that we're constantly dealing with in this society is literally appalling. I mean, every single year, things get worse and worse and worse. And just when you seem to think that things cannot go from bad to worse, they go from bad to insanity. I mean, it's utterly appalling and amazing what's happening right before our very eyes. I guess I want to make this video because I want to stimulate thought. I want you all to understand something. We in this life, you know, we have one chance to go this way, and one chance alone. And we're not going to pass this way again. And that's why it's very important for each and every last one of you out there. You need to know your own self, who you are, what you're doing, and why you do it. A portion of the newsletter, you know, that I'm putting out, there's probably a few weeks away before we actually post it on the website, says, listen, apply the most amount of effort that you have in this life, no matter what you do. And the reason this is coming from my heart, principles to live by and things to do. Put your heart and soul into it. Do everything you do heartily as unto the Most High. And be the best person that you possibly can be, and take it one day at a time. No matter whether you're washing dishes, you're changing oil on a vehicle, or you're shoveling manure, or you're in business, or you're an employee working for someone, no matter what you do, you put forth your best effort every single time. And no matter what you do, especially if it comes to reading the Bible, studying, no matter what you do, you put your best foot forward every single time. Because this life is it right here. You can't go back and hope that you can redo tomorrow because you figured out that you messed up things. So I also wrote in here, you know, you're going to have mental barriers, and you're going to have mental walls, and they're going to keep you frustrated, and they're going to get you frustrated. But you have to understand that these mental barriers and these mental walls are nothing but obstacles to keep you from getting where you need to be in order to make the necessary changes in life. Most people just sit down and roll over, let these mental barriers and walls stick in front of them, and then they speak to those barriers and walls as obstacles, and they expect for them to move out of the way without them moving them themselves. You can't change the person who you are until you become proactive and literally start doing something with yourself. Things are not going to get better until you do something, effort. And that seems to be the thing that we're definitely lacking in the American society that we seem to be living in today, is that everybody speaks to the problem, make all kind of excuses, and nothing ever gets done. And that's the reason why a lot of times people gravitate towards those who are doers, not the ones who are opinionated, not the ones who sit back and all they do is type opinions on social media networks, making comments, whether it be on his YouTube or not. You know, people are drawn to strength and examples, and people will follow those who have an honorable life and are men and women of honor. They'll follow strength. They really do. They don't follow titles. Men do not follow titles. No, they do not. They follow physical examples in your face, sitting right there in front of you. And if you want things to start changing in your life, you are going to have to be the one to do the change. You can't depend on everybody else to do it for you, because they're not going to do it. Because all we're going to do is just continue to keep shooting bad words and opinions back and forth to each other, and nothing is going to change. So, hey, you're going to have to do right. You're going to have to do right. And I put in my newsletter right here. Look at it. It makes no difference. It makes no difference what you do. Do right. Time is here, and it's now. And we're not going to be able to redeem time that is lost. It's not going to go. We're not going this way again. Give your service to God. Give everything you got. Give it with all your heart. Put forth a diligent effort, and stop making all these excuses of why in certain things that you refuse to grow and you choose to remain in a pathetic state. Stop that nonsense. You never, ever, ever get better. Let me end on a scriptural quote. Blessed are not the hearers of the words, but the doers. And that's the truth. And that is the truth straightway. I hope I said something to be able to speak to your mind and conscience, no matter who you may be, and to edify, bring some type of edification to you here this morning. Remember this, you will always be faced with the murmurers and the complainers who will be envious of you because you have an example, a physical example that everybody can see, simply because they can't produce the doing of it themselves. Don't worry about those people. They're always going to be there. And 5-10 years from now, guess what? They're still going to be in the same old rut, murmuring and complaining. But you will increase in knowledge, increase in wisdom, and continue to get better and better and better, like a fine wine that is aging throughout the years.